Yeah, I am very aware that you sacked Bielsa after losing to the Manchester United under-18s, but we're not going to lose 4-0 today. I promise you, we're not. What do you mean we better not lose 4-0? I mean, what are you going to do, sack me? Oh, you will sack me if we lose 4-0. Okay, I promise you, we won't lose 4-0. I promise you. We're fine, we're fine. Hello and welcome back to the Leeds United save here on the TomFM channel. Hope you're all doing well today and looking forward to today's big game against Manchester United and Arsenal. A slight change in the schedule because unfortunately we had a game against Blackburn Rovers Cup in the middle of the Carabao Cup in the middle of this month, so I thought we'd just spin off the Man City game and just do those historic games against Man United and Arsenal. So first things first, thank you so much for all the support on that opening video yesterday. Massively appreciated. Well over 200 likes on that video, which is huge, so thank you very much for that. And of course, I'm going to set a likes target today. 150 likes seems very reasonable, so if we can get that, that would be huge. Just whilst I've got you all here as well, just want to say we've updated the Discord. It had a bit of a revamp and there's plenty of new things in the Discord and plenty of new stuff coming in the next week or so as well. So that'd be absolutely fantastic. If you're not already in the Discord, get yourself in there and check out all of the new things. The specific areas for like the Patreons and the Twitch subs. And speaking of Twitch subs, this video coming out slightly earlier tonight at 5 PM because at 7 PM UK time, we're on Twitch streaming. So if you're around this evening, 7 PM onwards, come and check out me stream. You know, it'd be great to have you there, have a little chat, playing with Arsenal. We probably might end up playing some Fall Guys as well with a few of my friends who might be around as well, which would be good fun. So come and join the party, it'll be great. See you over on twitch.tv/TomFM at 7 o'clock. People are trying to get me to rap on it as well, so I might have to end up doing some freestyle rapping, which I probably don't want to see because it won't be very good, but also might be just unmissable. So first things first, transfers. There were a couple more transfers to get over the line since we were here for last episode. And one of those was, of course, trying to get in Jean Lucas in on loan from Lyon. Well, unfortunately, we couldn't get a work permit for him, which was rather unfortunate. So we missed out on that. It did mean we could get some other people though. So coming in from Liverpool, which I think is a fantastic little loan deal for us, is Herbie Kane, who's come in. He looks like a fantastic young centre defence midfielder and centre midfielder. Sort of fills a little gap we've got. Not the best player in the world for us right now, but should be a decent quality player for us to fill in as and when we need him. Also, at the same time, I was desperately trying to get in Danny Drinkwater. But unfortunately, we got Herbie Kane in first. We've already got some guy in from Man City, which was here before I came to the club. And apparently, we can't have more than 2 long-term domestic-based loans, which a rule I should have really known, didn't know. Would have much rather have had Danny Drinkwater than Herbie Kane. So we've missed out on Danny Drinkwater, and we've got this young guy coming in from Liverpool instead. But there is actually some good news out of the loan market. I've done an international loan to bring in Felix Pasalac in from Borussia Dortmund to fill in at right back. We needed some more depth in that right back position. So here he is. Felix Pasalac has come to the club and actually might end up starting ahead of Luke Ayling and potentially a player we might try and sign a little bit further down the line as well. So very happy to welcome Felix Pasalac to the club. But also there is an exit to the club as well. It's time to say goodbye to this guy who I cannot pronounce. Alioski, I'm not going to try and pronounce the first name there, but he's going to Shenzhen for £9 million, a little less than his value of £12 million. That we wanted to get rid of him precisely because he was on quite a bit of money and was our third choice left winger, so was never ever going to get games. Had to get him off the wage bill, and we got £9 million for him, which is pretty nice. So he has set to leave the club. The transfer window has closed now, so all the transfer business has been done, and I think for the most part we've done a pretty good job. We could do with a little bit more strength in the centre of midfield and potentially a little bit more strength at left back. But I think other than that, we've got a great team for this season. And so far, it's showing very well because we haven't yet lost a game this season. You were last here for that 3-2 victory over Leicester City. A bit of a lucky win on the opening day of the season, but it was a good win for us either way. The first game we played since you guys were last here was a 1-1 draw against West Ham United. Unfortunately, we missed a penalty in that game, so we could have won it 2-1. In the end, it was a 1-1 result in a pretty even game. I think a draw was the correct result in that one. But we then went and battered West Brom United, a team promoted alongside Leeds United. We were absolutely terrible until the 63rd minute. It says 26 shots there to 15 shots. It was about 10 apiece until the 63rd minute when Rodrigo opened up the scoring. Calvin Phillips scored one late on, and even later Justin Kluivert got one just before the full-time whistle to get his first goal for the club. So very lucky to win that one 3-0. I guess West Brom just capitulated after 63 minutes. Similar sort of situation against Sheffield Wednesday. Terrible until 72 minutes, and then we just picked it up and won the Carabao Cup second round against the Championship side. Rodrigo, Bamford and Calvin Phillips getting the goals in that one. And last time out against Everton, we managed to win 1-0. Now, I won't say it was a tough game because Everton always seem to do terribly in Football Manager saves. I've seen them get relegated quite a few times, so I don't expect much from Everton this season. So actually, on the surface, we've had a very easy start to a season. Apart from Leicester, which we must have got pretty lucky in that game, we've had a very easy start to a season. It's all going to get very difficult now, as in today's episode we've got United and Arsenal. Then after that we've got Man City and Tottenham, and then later on down the line we've got teams like Wolves, Liverpool, Sheffield United, Chelsea, who are doing very well this season. So we'll do those teams in an episode as well, I would imagine, soon. But because of our easy start to the season, we find ourselves third in the table. 3 wins, 1 draw, 10 points on the board. Man City and Liverpool are ahead of us, but Crystal Palace also sitting on 10 points as well. Presume they've had a pretty easy start to the season, having a quick look at their schedule as they've seen off Fulham, Chelsea actually as well, United and Newcastle. So they've had a pretty routine start to the season as well. Maybe not, probably actually more difficult than ours, I must say. So Palace may be a bit of a force this season, but I fully expect us to drop down the table after we have our run of tough fixtures against the old top 4 basically. Now, because we've had so much success with this formation so far, I'm not going to change it. The plan was to change it to our sort of park the bus formation and just see what we could do against Manchester United. But we're at home, we've been winning games. We may as well just sort of stick with the formation that has been working pretty well for us. So Kiko Casilla stays in goal with what I would say is the full strength back line. Now Haps at left back, Cooper has come back in. He's been rotating with Josko, but Josko hasn't been playing maybe quite as well as I wanted him to. So Cooper and Koch probably the starting centre-backs, with Pastelak starting at right-back, of course. Obviously, Luke Ayling has just come back from injury, so we'll give him a bit of game time every now and again, but probably not against Manchester United. I'd rather have Pastelak, who's sort of fully fit for that one. Carlos Elena and Calvin Phillips starting in the midfield. I have been rotating the midfield quite a bit, but of course, it's a big game against United. We've got to put the best players out there. Kluivert, now with 1 goal to his name, starting on the left-hand side. Bit of a slow start to the season, but he's decided to start playing well now. Pablo Hernandez has missed a penalty for us, as I previously mentioned, against Aston Villa, West Ham United, claret and blue, same kits. He missed a penalty there, but is still playing, so we'll leave him on the pitch for now as Costa starts on the right-hand side. And Rodrigo up to 5 goals for the season now, which is absolutely fantastic. Hopefully he keeps bagging them more and more and more. Get him to 20 goals this season, it would be amazing. So kickoff is upon us, and immediately there's a highlight, hopefully going towards us, as Calvin Phillips puts it across to Justin Kluivert, who can't get there, and it's Manchester United now looking to cause some sort of trouble, but Kluivert gets the challenge, shoots, and De Gea makes a good save. United not at the best of starts to the season. They've had some mixed results so far, but they usually pick things up. Of course, they've signed Donny van Beek, so he's starting in the midfield for them there. I think that's the only major signing they've made in real life so far this season. But Donny van Beek, a very, very good signing. So hopefully for Man United fans, he'll be fantastic as Pogba gets the ball out wide, puts the cross in, but Carlos Elena's there to clear it. And we've got a bit of a counter-attack coming right now as Rodrigo in behind the defence. Can he get away with it? It's not quite De Gea with a good save, but I'm liking what I'm seeing so far from this Leeds side. United, a slow start to the season. Morale probably not very high. We've had a great start to the season with really, really good morale across the entire team. It's boosting us massively despite our front three looking rather nervous. I think we might have a chance of winning this one. Haps on the ball for us then as we try and bring it out down the left-hand side of the pitch. Justin Kluivert on a yellow card, tackled by Donny van Beek, which you hate to see. And Martial's been put through, putting it just wide of the post. But it does show Man United do have that good attacking sense about them as we head into the half-time break. Of course, this is one of the most historic rivalries in English football. Leeds and Man United used to be a huge rivalry. To be fair, probably before I was born, more than anything else. I was born in 1997. I feel like the heyday was way before I was born, so I don't quite know all the history about it. So if someone in the comment section wants to sort of help me out a little bit and let me know more about the history of this rivalry, I'd love to hear it. But hopefully we can get one up against our rivals today. I think I'm not sure it's officially known as this, but football managers seem to call it the Roses Derby after the War of the Roses, which was fought in the Middle Ages between the Houses of Yorkshire and the Houses of Lancashire, which Manchester's not really in Lancashire. Is Manchester in Lancashire? I'm not quite sure what the boundaries of the counties are, but I guess it must be if it's called the Derby of the Roses or the Roses Derby. So obviously it must be, taking the historical context of the name there, as Haps collects the ball there quite nicely, brings it down. Cooper to get it into Robin Koch there. Good progress there. I thought he was going to be tackled there by the two attacking Man United players, but good movement from him as we get the ball forward. Come on, Calvin. Calvin's been superb so far this season. Both his goals have come when he's come off the bench, actually, when we've rotated teams around a little bit. So he's an impact sub off the bench as Rodrigo can't get his shot away. United on the counter-attack, and the pace of Martial is showing here as we just about keep up, but he gets the ball into Rashford. Rashford back to Martial. Bruno Fernandes shoots, and Manchester United open up the scoring here today. You hate to see it. Come on, boys, let's get back into this game. We can show them that we're good enough. We've played well all season. We usually turn up to games pretty late, though. We don't score goals until late on, so maybe this is now our time to do something. As Pasalac in the area. Pass one, pass two. De Gea with the save, though. Maybe it's time to make a change out there for us. Who's not playing well? Well, most players, to be fair. Justin Kluivert and Rodrigo not really getting the most out of the game as they both look quite nervous. So they'll both come off. Jack Harrison will come on loan from Man City as Rodrigo will swap for Patrick Bamford in that striker position. Hopefully he'll score some goals. He's got one, but it was against the Championship clubs. So as I said last episode, he scores goals in the Championship and against Championship clubs, can't do anything in the Premier League. And so far this hypothesis is being proved, as we're going to say, get creative out there, lads. 10 minutes to go. A little more attacking. I mean, we're well in this game. We've got more possession. We've had just as many shots as them. As it looks like United have won a penalty. You hate to see it. Robin Koch gives that one away by looks of things. And up steps Marcus Rashford. Come on, Kiko. Does save it. Come on, he's kept us in this game with 5 minutes to go. I can't do any more shouts because I've just done one a second ago. But that is fantastic. If we're going to grab a draw out of this game, let's do it now, lads. Come on. Corner comes in. It's cleared. Unfortunately, I can't really see a counter-attack coming from this one as Lingard collects the ball and Hernandez gives away a free kick. 5 minutes. Come on, boys. Let's not concede here. Let's get on the counter-attack straight away as the cross comes in, cleared, goes out for a corner. It's a goal kick. Okay, that is the end of the highlight then. Come on, boys. Tactics. Can we just... Let's focus, play down the wings instead. Let's try and do this. All right, let's try and do that. You know, just change things up slightly. Just go down... I don't know what I'm doing, basically, at this stage. With 3 minutes to go, there's not really anything I can do. As we end up losing our first game of the season. Manchester United, congratulations on the win in the derby. At least we didn't lose 4-0. I don't think I'll be sacked for that one. But I'm sure that the chairman won't be too pleased with me. To be fair, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer probably would have played in the height of that Leeds United derby or rivalry. So beating your bitter rivals must be a particularly pleasing victory for you. He's delighted, he says. How do I slag him off now? I must be able to do something. Our assistant manager, though, he's pretty distraught. Pretty distraught about that one. Our assistant manager. We'll talk more about that tomorrow, I think. More about that one. We'll talk more about that one tomorrow, I reckon. More on that tomorrow. In the meantime, we've got to prepare for this game against Arsenal, who equally have had a terrible start to the season by looks of things. If we look at the table, they're down in 16th. Only 3 points, lost 4 games. So again, I feel like we have to use our usual attacking style of play that we've sort of fostered so far this season against them. Even though we are playing away from home, I would be parking the bus against them, but I don't see the point in doing that if they are in abysmal form. Because we've had a week off, the players are pretty fit. I feel like minimal changes are needed for this one. Maybe a bit of rotation just because match sharpness for some players isn't looking amazing. So let's bring Josko on for this one. Let's bring him on, see what he can do out there. Just realised I should have said we've signed Harry Kane and just shown you this little picture. But no, we've not got Harry Kane. It's Herbie Kane, this guy. I don't think we'll play him against... In fact, I don't think we'll change too much. I don't think. Shackleton, what does he like to do? He likes to be more a playmaker. No, I'd rather for these few games just sort of keep the best squad available. So we'll do that. Let's take on Arsenal. But I think we can get a win in this one. So kickoff is upon us for the second time today. Arsenal, obviously, I guess there would have been quite the big rivalry with Leeds back in the day as well, because Arsenal used to be very good. I mean, they still are good, but just not quite the invincible team that they used to be, and I presume Leeds would have also been fighting with them quite a bit, as well as Manchester United. Obviously not quite the geographic rivalry that they have with United, but there must have been some sort of rivalry with Arsenal to an extent. So hopefully we get one up against them right now. By looks of things, obviously Willian playing for Arsenal, so that's obviously part of the updated database. Same with Ceballos, although I think that's probably from last season alone, so that might not quite be up to date, although I think he might be signing for them soon. In the meantime, Pepe on the ball into David Luiz, who got a contract extension at Arsenal. I'm not entirely sure how he did that, because he was absolutely terrible towards the end of last season, but he's there for another year or two, isn't he? So he's earning some nice money. Not playing, incidentally, I've just realised. Who did they sign? Thiago Silva. I wonder if he's on the bench for Arsenal. I thought he might be starting to get ahead of like Callum Chambers or even David Luiz, for example. I think he's got some very, very good in-game attributes. As Pepe on the ball, edge of the area into Willian. And we're being punished right now. Despite us having more possession, more shots, we're being punished by Arsenal as Willian grabs his 5th of the season. Looks like a good signing for Arsenal if he scores 5 goals in the first 5 or 6 games of the season in real life. That'd be fantastic for Arsenal. As Pepe's ball across was a good one. Who's that at the far post who's not winning that head? I think it's Pastelak. Pastelak not winning the ball in the air, and Willian scores. Thiago Silva not even on the bench for Arsenal, so I presume an injury or just for database hasn't included that for some reason, but I'm not sure why it wouldn't do, because literally every other transfer has been done, like even right down to like lower levels I've seen. So I'm not quite sure why that wouldn't be. They must be injured or something like that, as Haps can put a ball across the middle. Rodrigo hits the crossbar. You hate to see it. A really, really good chance for us goes begging there, and I feel like potentially if we're having chances like that hit the crossbar, this might not be our day as Haps gets the ball. Come on, lads. Let's get forward. Let's do something clever with it. As Josko on the ball into Haps, into Carlos Elena, loses it. Aubameyang through, and Aubameyang will punish this, won't he? As he nearly does, to be fair. As Kiko Kasir can only parry it into the path of Pastelak, who gets it clear this time. But as we approach half-time, we've got one more chance as Rodrigo can't quite get his head on that ball. Josko nearly gives it away. Pastelak does give it away, and this is actually a chance for Arsenal to come forward instead, as Mesut Ozil comes forward, obviously still at Arsenal in real life right now, puts it onto the noggin of Aubameyang, who puts it over the bar. To be fair, after the strong start we had, it's not been a great first half there. Show me something else in the second half, and hopefully we'll get our just deserves from this one. I think a point from this is what we deserve, as Hernandez to put a ball in the middle from the free kick. It's headed towards the goal and it hits the post, and then I think gets blocked and goes out for a goal kick instead. That was unlucky. We're getting really good chances here today. We're just not capitalising on them, and that is the difference. Obviously, Willian, his finishing, his composure, everything is going to be a lot better than the players that we've got right now, which is why he was able to take that chance earlier on so well, and we've missed a couple of sitters. Obviously, just the better quality of players, the chances they need don't need to be quite as clear-cut as chances that we might have to score goals. I mean, if anything, we are the better team in this game. Equal shots, more possession, we're working a bit harder. I feel there's 15 minutes to go. Again, Rodrigo having a bad game this time. After 5 goals in the first few games of the season, he's really dropped off, which is disappointing. Kluivert's never really got going. He's got his goal, but we've never seen huge ratings from him, which is quite upsetting. Helder Costa's going to come off this time for Jack Harrison, who will bring on as an inside forward on attack. Let's bring Haps on to attack as well. Go a little bit higher up the field. Attacking playmaker, advanced play. Attacking midfielder, let's do that. Let's just push people forward a little bit more. How's Carlos Elena doing? A 6 point. Let's take him off for Shackleton then. Come on, let's try these changes. 15 minutes to go, as we might have a chance before the substitutes even come on the pitch, as Elena gets himself on the ball into Robin. Koch at the back to Kasir. Okay, let's build it from the back nicely. We've got loads of space on this left-hand side. Let's use it. Josko, get it out wide. Too late now. The players are sort of being marked and we can't get the pass out there, unfortunately. Kiko back into Robin. We're building out from the back nicely. Rodrigo has got David Luiz sent off by looks of things there. Okay. Well, let's go attacking. Let's say get creative. Come on, boys. Let's do this. As Granit Xhaka now on the ball for Arsenal. Get to that wide to Callum Chambers. Obviously, they're defending quite well still. They've obviously got their wing backs and stuff, and they've got 2 centre backs still. So they're still protecting that lead. But with one less man in the midfield, or I assume at this stage the attack actually, they'll probably try and stack the midfield still. But Shackleton leading a bit of a counter-attack right now. Come on, Shackleton. Oh, nothing happened. You hate to see it. And yeah, as you see, Arsenal still defending quite well. They're just sort of lessening their attack. So we've got to try and take advantage of this as Shackleton coming forward into Phillips, across to Haps. Haps wins the ball. Haps into the area. Haps keeps going. Haps is brought down. Is that not a penalty? No, it's not. Oh, how have we not got a penalty out of this? As Bamford shoots, and of course he's not going to score because it's Patrick Bamford. Why have we brought him on the pitch? Oh, the chances we have had in this game but just aren't taking. You hate to see it. And I guess that's the difference as Patrick Kluivert now has been sent off. Not Patrick, Justin Kluivert. I wish we had Patrick Kluivert. He's better than Justin right now, I think, still. So that's not very good for us. Hernandez out wide. Let's swap those two over. And, well, I think that's probably the game for us. We've had some amazing chances today, which, quite frankly, we should have capitalised on. We should have won this game, and yet we haven't. And I think, as well, that's the difference between there just being a really good Arsenal defence and keeper in place. The teams we've played so far this season, up until United and Arsenal, haven't been great, really, if we're being honest with ourselves. We've come up against two teams who aren't really in form, but they've got good individual players, particularly the goalkeepers, and that's what's been the difference. That's been the main difference, as well as us being unable to score a goal because our strikers just can't seem to put a ball in the back of the net or not hitting the crossbar or posts or something like that. I must say, it's been an eye-opening episode. I think I maybe got a little bit carried away with how well we performed in those first few games of the season and thought we might have to carry that through, but the individual players there, that's what's made the difference, I think, in these two games today. So Kluivert banned for a match, which is understandable and obvious because he's got his 2 yellow cards. He's out for a match. He will miss. Luckily, it might just actually be the Carabao Cup third round. He might be back for the Man City game, but the way he's been playing, actually, probably should end up being dropped. Next episode, we won't do Man City or Tottenham. We'll do those guys later on in the season. I think we come back next time for Wolves and Liverpool. 2 big games there. Liverpool second in the table. Wolves, obviously a team that have been promoted recently from the Championship and have done very, very well. So it'd be great to test ourselves against those guys and see what we can do. So thank you ever so much for watching today's episode. If you're still here at this point, please do drop a like on the video for me. That would be massively appreciated. And of course, we are streaming this evening 7 PM onwards. So if it's past 7 PM, likelihood is we're still streaming. So come join and say hello. It'd be great to see you there. More people there, the merrier. It's just great. We have a lovely little chill out, basically. It's just a chill out. It's like chatting to your mates down the pub. It's really good fun. And it's probably like the highlights of my week, really talking to you guys. So come along. It'd be great to see you. And if we can't see you in the stream, we will see you tomorrow for the next episode. So thank you very much. We'll see you next episode or in the stream. Have a good one. Goodbye.